Welcome to Let's Get Chatty with Jada and Marshawn on Intellectual Radio. This is where you enter a no judgment zone and just talk it out with your girls, Jada and Marshawn. I'm Jada.
And I'm Marshawn, better known as the Superfit Queen, also known as the Motivator Extraordinaire. How y'all doing today?
So we are going to get chatty. We good at that though. I think we are getting really good at being chatty. So today's show is being brought to you by
Superfit Health and Wellness, where we help you make fitness a lifestyle.
JTJ Life Coaching Services.
Be Fresh Exquisite Trends, where I have all the exquisite trends for your wardrobe.
And Phenomenal Black Woman Incorporated. Please make sure you connect with us if you have or know of a business that would like to be a sponsor for the Let's Get Chatty podcast.
So let's get started with the national days of the month. We love discussing these things because they're so interesting sometimes.
Very interesting.
And the first day that we discovered what today is National Chicken Soup for the Soul Day. How many of you people read those books? Hey, LaShawn. How many of you read those books? Chicken Soup for the Soul, the kid, the mama, the teacher? I don't.
They were popular at some point in the 2000s, maybe early 2000s. Those books became pretty popular. Chicken Soup for the Soul, Chicken Soup for the African American Woman, Chicken Soup for the, whomever it was. And I think they were just filled with inspirational stories and thoughts to just kind of encourage people.
So would the day be for the writer or the reader?
I'm assuming it's for the writer, the book, the publisher,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
So this is their day. We don't know.
Yeah. It was there. It was on the list. The next day was pretty funny. Fancy Rat and Mouse Day. Fancy Rat and Mouse Day.
So what's that?
For people that may have these animals as pets.
Maybe. If you have a pet rat or a mouse, it's your day. Woohoo! Make them fancy today. Celebrate.
So I guess there are breeds of these rodents that people actually have as pets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a new one for me. So yeah, no.
International Tongue Twister Day.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you familiar with Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers?
She did it. She did it.
I used to do tongue twisters all the time. I used to go. That's what I used to get from the library when I was a kid, like mostly tongue twisters.
And these are also known as, the teacher in me comes out, these are also known as alliteration. So alliteration is a literary device that's used by authors and poets to make their sentences a little bit more interesting to the reader.
Do you know a tongue twister besides that?
I used to make them up with my students. I would have my students make them up as long as each word began with the same letter. But I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Sally saw the seashell on the seashore.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love tongue twisters.
Yeah, I just used to I would have the students make them up. So that got pretty interesting too when you let second graders do their own thing. Okay. It is National Pizza with the Works Except Anchovies Day.
Okay.
Yeah. So pizza with the works, but just don't get anchovies. Like, I don't think I've ever eaten anchovies. That's fish.
I didn't know that. I was just watching Friends. Every now and then I'll be watching Friends, and they always talking about anchovies on Friends. Like, what's with anchovies? I want to see what it look like.
Yeah, so they put you in the mind. I guess there was, when I did my research, which is always Google. When I did my research, anchovies, I guess, get confused with sardines.
Oh.
So
Okay.
if you had to have a visual, imagine imagine sardines.
Okay.
So
No, thank you. I'll
yeah, I
pass.
could not imagine why
On a
anyone would want
pizza?
that anyway.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
absolutely not.
I'm basic when it comes to pizza. I don't want no pineapples. I don't want
I
no
mean, I have
ham.
ventured out a little bit, like chicken
I've had chicken,
with
Italian
barbecue
beef.
sauce as opposed to the marinara that's put on pizza. Yeah. Yeah. So moving on.
National Happy Hour Day on a Sunday. Wow.
Hey,
National Happy
hey,
Hour Day.
hey.
So,
Head over to your local bar with your friends and family. Enjoy your favorite alcoholic beverage. I mean,
but happy hour is over. But if you didn't
it's
know,
five
it's your
o'clock
day.
somewhere.
Oh,
That's what
yeah, it
we
is 5
always
o'clock
say.
somewhere. It is.
It's
It
5 o'clock
is.
somewhere.
Get your happy hour on today, people.
Hey, World Pneumonia Day. The World Pneumonia Day. Like pneumonia needs a day because pneumonia is the world's leading killer of children under the age of 5.
And this is that
So
day.
this is a day that people actually raise awareness about the fight against pneumonia and make sure that everyone knows that this is a preventable and treatable disease. Hmm.
Moving along.
Learn something new every day.
Right. National French Dip Day. The sandwich, which is an American invention that, even though the name suggests it's from French cuisine, it is not. So I
Mm.
like French dip. I think.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. If you saw
no.
it, you would say, yes, I like that.
No, I'm thinking about sour cream, that dip.
Oh,
No,
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no,
I
no, no,
like
no.
French dip. No.
No, no, no. The French dip sandwich, it puts you in the mind of an Italian beef.
Oh, no.
So it's that, but it's only called that because of the bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably no.
Pass.
Okay. All right. Human Animal Relationship Awareness Week. Oh, Marshawn passing on all the. So during this week, Human Animal Relationship Awareness Week. This week we are celebrating the relationships that humans have with animals.
And since you're a human lover, what did your cat tell you today? I'm just saying. What your cat tell you today? What one of your cats tell you today?
My cats missed me, right?
They told you that?
They did not. They showed me
They
that.
showed you, okay.
Because we know cats don't talk.
Right.
So
that's why I don't. That's why I don't do animals. I mean, I don't hate animals. I don't dislike animals. So I don't want no anti-animal cruelty people.
Watch out before you get canceled.
But I'm not an animal person. I stick with fish.
But fish are animals.
That's it. Put them in the tank. Look at them. They pretty.
What she's saying is she's not a pet person.
Not at all.
We have established that from previous shows that Marshawn is not a pet person. I am a pet person.
You can't communicate with them.
And not only am I a pet person, but I am a cat person. So for all you dog lovers out there, bring it. Okay. I love cats. I love dogs too, but my husband won't let me have 2 cats and a dog. Like, I mean,
shout out to William.
How does that work?
Moving right along. National Peanut Butter Lovers Month.
Nah, I love me some peanut butter.
Well, I don't love peanut butter. What is your month?
Happy
my Peanut Butter Lover Month.
I love peanut butter.
I like peanut butter, but I gotta have it with jelly.
No, no. I could eat it right out the jar.
Ew. And I like crunchy peanut butter.
And I love peanut butter flavored things.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
she just ewed me. I thought this was a no judgment zone.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I violated the judgment zone.
Oh my goodness.
Like peanut butter flavored things, but yay.
Whatever.
Yay.
All right. So we're going to end this segment on a happy note, a good note. It is also National Adoption Month. This is a month dedicated to bringing awareness to adoption and the many children that are in need of having safe and healthy families and homes.
Yay!
So,
yay!
And with that, shout out to a very special family that I know, the Slaughters, Andrea and Steven Slaughter, from Maywood, Illinois. I'm shouting them out. They have no clue. If you know them, reach out and say, well, Jada shouted y'all out, because they are amazing people. They have adopted children. They have 3 biological children. And then I think they have maybe 3 or 4 adopted children.
Oh, wow.
And this is a family that will open their home up to children. They will try to keep siblings together if they can, and it's just an amazing thing to see. I happen to teach one of their adopted children, and he's an adult male now, and just had he not went into the Slaughter's home as a young boy, only God knows where he could have ended up and what could have happened to him. But because of the Slaughters, he has flourished in life and he is doing really well. So shout out to the Slaughters, and shout out to all the families out there that have opened up their hearts and homes to children that are not biologically theirs.
Yay.
Yes. And so, I mean, listen, we're going to always give y'all the dates, right? We're going to always tell you what's happening. And so we move on now to mental health. We like to talk about it a little bit. We like to make some things known. So there was a mental health check-in sheet that I found, something that you could actually use to help check on friends and family, because I guess there is a science to it. It's not just about asking, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Because a lot of times when we ask people how they are, they give us the answer they think we want to hear, and it's not always the honest answer.
Well, I did hear this morning too. This is National Men's Mental Health Awareness Month too.
Oh, how
So, hey,
awesome is that?
Valari. Yeah. So, my pastor said it this morning. It's National Mental Health Awareness Month. So, men are not, you guys aren't exempt from feelings and from admitting that you may have some mental health challenges. And I would say this month, if you feel like, see, Val,
Mhm.
I see, if you feel like you are brave enough to address some mental health issues, go ahead and shoot your shot.
Absolutely. I think that we always talk about what mental health looks like, sounds like, feels like in the Black community. But then when we break it down and talk about our Black men, men in general, and how they just, sometimes I want to say they struggle with their emotions, showing their emotions, expressing in a healthy way their emotions. And I think the struggle just comes from how they're not taught or shown these things and how to do these things in a productive way.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, I always used to hate when I would see people tell little boys when they get hurt to mask their
Yeah,
feelings
suck
and
it
their
up.
emotions. You a boy. You can't cry. You can't be mad. You can't be sad.
Hmm.
You a boy, because that damages them as they get older, I think, because I hate to see a man that can't express his feelings. And these men with all this pride, and that's where the pride comes from, because they're afraid to let someone see their emotions because they're going to think of them less as a man. But no, I think of you as being a human being, because you
Exactly.
have feelings. We all have feelings. We all have holes in our eyes that have tear ducts, and they can cry. And it's okay to cry. And I mean, we don't want no man that's, boo hoo hoo. But it's okay to show emotions, men. It's okay. And I think, because, and this is just my opinion, I'm not a medical expert. This is just my opinion, that when men, when men, it makes it harder for you to know if you're dealing with a man that they have prior mental health issues. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because they're trying to be strong and trying to be this. And then later down the line, you realize that they can't communicate, they can't talk, or they don't want to talk, or they don't want to tell you anything, or they don't want to let you know how they feel because they're afraid for what I don't even know what they're afraid of. But
I think it's just them associating it as being weak, I guess,
yeah,
right?
I
Them
think it's.
associating showing emotion, being vulnerable with being weak.
And if anybody want to chime in, you're welcome to call us at 708-223-8953. That is 708-223-8953 if someone has any comments or concerns about what we're talking about today.
And real quick, I pulled up the mental health check-in tip sheet. And what it has on there is actually there's an am I okay checklist. And then they also give a checklist for if you are checking on someone else. So for the am I okay checklist, right? So this is you checking in with yourself. You ask yourself or you think about over the last few weeks, have you been affected by any of these things?
Oh,
Moodiness
that first one is me.
that is out of character. So you're thinking about yourself and how you are interacting and how you are feeling. Moodiness that is out of character. Increased irritability and frustration. If this has been happening and
Hey, Trey.
the way you categorize it is
Hey,
never,
Tatiana.
occasionally, often. So
Ooh, those first two me.
you would put a check, right? Never, occasionally, or often as you think about the last couple weeks. Finding it hard to take minor personal criticisms. So if someone says something to you, it's not a big deal. It's just something that they're pointing out and maybe you just like blow up about it,
Not if I ain't asked about it.
right?
If I ain't
Well,
asked you to tell me, nah.
see, somebody.
Need to go check,
Right.
get a
So
checkup. Right, right,
somebody
right.
check in. Spending less time with friends and family, loss of interest in fun or enjoyable activities, difficulty sleeping,
All that. I gotta go check in.
increased alcohol and or
I'm not
drug
okay.
use,
Not that.
staying home from work,
I'm not okay.
increased physical health complaints like fatigue or pain,
Nah.
being reckless or taking unnecessary risks, slowing down of thoughts and actions, feeling bad about yourself or seeing yourself as a failure, difficulty
Never.
in concentrating on work or other activities, considering self-harm or suicide, right?
Nah.
So then of course if you get there, then there's immediate help that you need to seek out. But start the list starts very, you would some might say very mild, and then it kind of increases. So when we find ourselves feeling this way, we do have to kind of check in and we do have to seek out help because we don't want it to gradually increase to the ladder of the
Right.
list.
Right.
So just something, things to think about as
Hey
you are
T. She
thinking
said
about your
post a
own,
checklist. She said post a checklist. Okay, we'll do that.
things to think about as you are thinking about your own or someone that is close to you, mental health. So something that we like had to put out there. You have been listening. You are currently listening to Let's Get Chatty with Jada and Marshawn on Intellectual Radio, where you enter a no judgment zone. And sometimes Marshawn forgets that. And we just talk it out with your girls,
Well, you
Jada
just
and
see,
Marshawn. I'm Jada.
and I'm Marshawn, and you see, I failed the first five, so I am not okay. So I my
I mean,
something and not,
she
you know,
totally judged me earlier.
I did not judge
It
you.
was
I was
something you
just
said, ew.
okay. I'm sorry. It was I lost it for a second. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not myself. I'm not okay.
she's not
I'm
okay.
not
We
okay.
go check in. So we move on to wellness and fitness, right? Thinking about now, last week, y'all know y'all girl Marshawn. She hit me with a 1-2 checker. She had me drinking this cleansing tea albeit watermelon flavored and not bad. She caught me off guard, let's say.
I did because if I asked you to do it without and what putting you on the spot, you would have probably not done it.
Yeah.
So I had her do the watermelon ISO tea cleanse, and she tasted it on the air, and I made her drink it before we left. And just to check in, how many days did you do?
I believe I did three. Three.
And how did it make you feel?
Let's see. So we did the show last Sunday. That's when she made me drink it in front of all of you. And that night was rough. That night was rough.
That night?
Yes, Sunday night and early Monday morning, very early in the darkness of Monday morning. I was running to my washroom at home.
But you should feel better though. You should have felt lighter. Yeah, we do have a special. I have a special.
Let me just say, I was not ready. Okay,
but you
I
gotta
was not
always be
ready.
ready. Gotta
I
always
was
be
up
ready.
at some ungodly hour.
Me too. I do it all the time.
Yeah, well,
We're not gonna even tell the story about on the highway when we
you
was
know
in
what?
Georgia this weekend, but with
Listen,
me, but you know what I'm saying, it's life.
all the more reason. That experience was all the more reason. But then by Monday, my stomach, when I went to work Monday, my stomach felt weird all day long. I don't know.
Because you've never done it before. That's why.
And
Hey,
okay,
Ramonda. That's because you've
so
never done it before. Once you continue to do it regularly, it'll get easier. But because you've never done it and you're 40 plus years old, you have 40 plus years of ick in your colon and in your intestines. And this cleanse helps to shake it all up and break it all up. And it was probably going to be a challenge, but you have to continue to drink a whole lot of water. If
okay.
you drink a whole lot of water, that because you see how, like with me, when we were in the car, you was like, drink some water, and it was like boom, like we on the highway.
It was a moment, you all. It was a moment. And I was so glad in watching my friend go through her experience. I was so glad I did not drink that because
Who does that before they go out of town? That was the craziest
I
thing
was
that
just worried about being on a plane and, and there was it was literally planes, trains, and automobiles this weekend.
the watermelon is a little bit stronger, I would say, because I've done the unless my body is just used to the other flavors. I'm new to this watermelon, and it works more faster to me, which I think would be a positive thing for people who want to,
But you can't be
especially
out of town with it.
accelerating their weight loss or the cleansing. So yeah,
You
so
have to be ready, people. Take it from me. Be ready.
of course, you have to be ready. You have to eat right. You have to be prepared to drink your water. I do have a special going on right now where we have 10 a week's worth for $25. So if you want, I can ship it to you, deliver it to you, whatever. I got a couple people working it out right now. She missed a day or two, but she's going to get back on track just tonight before she goes to bed.
Not suggesting it.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting.
You just have to be ready. You just have to be ready.
I'm just telling you. Be
like
ready.
my musician said. He said, it's not like that. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Like you gotta go. But it's not like, oh my God.
Have a washroom
like
nearby.
White chicks. It's not like white chicks.
Have a washroom nearby.
Hey,
that's my
Tony,
advice.
hey,
so we do have some people. Hey, Erica on our Instagram feed.
Total life changes. Total life changes.
Thank you so much for joining, Erica F. Johnson. Good evening to you as well. So on Facebook, who has joined us? Lariah Simmons was watching. William James Jr. That's my boo, y'all. That's my hubby. Thank you for watching. DJ Brandon Barker. Hey, Brandon. Patricia B. Watson. That's my mother-in-law. Valerie Humphrey. That's my cousin, y'all. My family is supporting today. Earl Winfrey was watching. And Janita Carter was watching. Ramanda Matthews was watching. So, Latasha Dawkins Smith, thank you for watching. Tennille
Tennille just
M.
came on.
Jackson, thank you for watching. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the Let's Get Chatty podcast. You have been listening to Let's Get Chatty with Jada and Marshawn on Intellectual Radio, where you enter a no judgment zone and you just talk it out with your girls, Jada and Marshawn. I'm Jada.
And I'm Marshawn.
So we have been talking about this cleanse. We started out the discussion by talking about the why. So when you are deciding that you are ready to do something different, when you are ready to make a change with your habits so that you are healthier, there has to be a why. And then last week we talked about, Marshawn shared that after you share your why or figure out your why, you then have to determine your what.
Your how. And your how is
So now we're moving on to the how.
to your how. How do you plan to reach your goal? How much time and dedication do you plan to commit to reaching your goal?
Hmm.
How do you feel about the process? How will you celebrate your milestones? And how will you feel? How good will you feel once you reach that goal? So let's start with you. How do you plan to reach your goal?
Y'all heard my dramatic side, right? This is difficult for me. So this is probably one of the more challenging aspects of my life because yes, I want to lose some weight. I would like to lose about 20 to 30 pounds, but I don't know how that physically looks for me. So, how I would think would be by changing my eating habits
Mm-hmm.
and coming up with some type of exercise plan.
And I have a super fit workout journal that can help you with that.
I'm all for it now.
I have them on sale.
I'm being
Hey, Jan.
so typical right now. I'm being very, very typical right now in saying that I'm starting this in January. I know
We have a resolutioner.
she
I
just
didn't judge you.
rolled her
I did
eyes.
not.
She
I did not
rolled.
judge you.
That is a form of judgment.
Sorry, it's not. I didn't mean to judge
That
you.
is a form of judgment. I'm being judged a lot today, you
I'm
all.
a work in progress.
And I'm feeling some type of way about
I'm not
it.
okay. I'm not okay. Let's just start it
So,
today. I'm still not okay in my head. So you do. Those are the things that you
Amanda
plan
says
to do.
start now. I'm not going to start now. I'm just telling you that right now.
And that's
I'm
what I
being
was.
completely honest with you all. I am not fake nor am I phony. I'm not starting now because the holidays are happening and I
T said start now
refuse.
too. But
T,
the
as much
holidays
as I
are
love
2
you,
days. The holidays are 2 days. You got Christmas.
excuse me.
Let's say Christmas Eve, Christmas.
Excuse me.
Thanksgiving Eve and Thanksgiving.
My holidays,
New Year's Eve, New Year's.
my holidays are more than 2 days. I understand what you're
that's
saying.
A fear.
It's a fear. It's a distraction. It's an interruption. It's a all of that. I'm not arguing with y'all. I'm just telling you all. I'm not starting until January.
I'm gonna work with her on that, and if she wants to start with in January, I mean, mentally, I've been.
I would like you all support.
Mentally, I'll let her. Everybody's saying you can do it. She don't have to wait, but I'm gonna work on that.
I know I don't have to. I already know I don't have to. I'm just telling you all. I'm being transparent. I'm starting in January.
She said you can plan a cheat date. I'm gonna work with her, but if she just because she's a little determined to start in January, and if she wants to do
eat,
that,
y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to eat. I'm about to enjoy. It's about to be a lot going on because this is my absolute favorite time of year to just we get the breaks off work. I get the breaks off work and I get to be around my family and friends and relax and just do all the fun things that I don't get to do.
She said that's the Libra in you.
Oh,
I'm
could be.
gonna let her have it because of the fact
be.
that I've been a total life changer for 4 years. Okay. And when I first started over the pandemic, she and I used to go walking and stuff during the day. And I presented it to her so many times. So I even gave her, I think, some samples before, and she never tried them. So with her,
I have tried it because I had the bag.
Right.
I had the purple bag.
But I'm not sure if you stuck to it. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to help you out.
I did stick to it.
I'm defending you. So
I don't feel like I need defense.
No. I'm just saying the reason why I'm not going to pressure you is because mentally I know that you have to get your mindset together, and I want her to do it right and do it for a lifestyle change and not just do it for a fad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a life. That's why we're called total life changers. We try to totally change your life in a healthier mindset, healthier body. The cleansing is just not cleansing. It helps to suppress your appetite. It helps
It really did.
Yeah, it helps to suppress your appetite. It helps you to feel lighter. It gives you energy, all of that. So it's not just cleansing.
But I was a little confused as to if it was just the fear of having to run back to the washroom. That's why I didn't want
that anyway. Before I started taking this tea, I was one of the people that only went twice a week, 3 times a week, and thought that was good because I didn't want to go. And I'm like, when I was learning, I'm like, you're supposed to go 2 or 3 times a day.
I honestly felt depleted. I felt like I had nothing left. They could have played Whitney on me when I walked out the washroom. Like, I have nothing.
Tea coaching on the sideline. She is just the encourager in her. She like, the time is now. You can plan a cheat day. That's the Libra in her. Let's go. You can do it. You can do it.
I love me some tea.
When you tell her something, she is not going to stop. That's why I love her. Tea. Yeah, she is going to. Oh, hey, Moon, congratulations on what? Oh, you started taking the tea, I guess. I don't know. Y'all back? Know.
Hey, Moon.
Y'all back from Vegas.
Thanks for joining. Right. We have been having a good time today, getting chatty. We are talking right now about wellness and fitness, and a lot of people are helping me to motivate me, I should say. I'm being motivated right now.
Thank you.
Even though I'm not starting till January. Thank you all for the motivation. I appreciate you. I love you. And we are now going to move on to our topic of the day, relationships. We love it. We love talking about relationships, right? So we have talked about 5 things a relationship should have. 5 things a relationship should have. So these 5 things are honesty,
trust,
respect,
open communication,
effort, and compromise.
Not hard.
I don't think. You know what? Now it got real testy last week.
It did.
See, first of all, she thought I forgot. She thought I forgot.
I forgot what I do.
Let's play it back. That's me playing the tape back. When I asked her, does anybody, please, you all, chime in if there was ever a time to call, dial 708-223-8953. Support me on this, you all. Last week, I asked my friend, my co-host, my business partner, if she trusted me. Because she said out of her mouth, I don't trust people. That's what she said. And I said, well, wait a minute now.
Women lie too much. Demetrius.
I said, wait a minute now. You trust me, right? First of all, she hesitated. Then I'm like, wait, why are you hesitating? And then it was kind of like I'm like, wait a minute, what? You don't trust me?
My head wasn't on right. Okay. I'm going through some things right now. And it was just a shock. It was like I wasn't really there. So, of course, I trust you. Yes, I
Listen,
trust you.
y'all go back and watch episode 6.
But honestly, I can't give anybody 100% of my trust. I'm just sorry. I just can't.
well, this is a problem.
I've
This is a
been
problem.
stabbed so many times. Like the knife, I'm bleeding right now.
This
Like
is a problem
it
because
is.
what happens when you lose the ability to trust? How are you going to how are you going to establish and maintain positive relationships without the ability to trust?
Why are people untrustworthy?
But see, you generalizing it. You generalizing it. You saying people.
Most
It's not
people.
all people though.
It's not 100% of people, but 99.
Oh my gosh. Come on. I think that is totally unfair.
It is. It is. But it's been my experience. So sorry. It's just, my life right now.
So we know that when people are wounded, right? When people are wounded, I feel like we are out here in a war and people are getting wounded. And the war is just life. We out here trying to live, make it, interact with each other, love on each other, have relationships, build the bonds, all the things. But people are getting wounded out here in this war called life. And so when someone is wounded, lying on the sidelines, how do we help them? How do we get them back into what's happening, back into the general population and out of that isolation that they put themselves in? Because clearly my girl feels like she can't trust.
Facts.
So Erica on Instagram, our Instagram feed says that not having the ability to trust anyone doesn't allow you to live fully.
I'll take that, Erica.
Okay.
I'll take that. I will take that. I agree.
But we need to live fully because
Now-
I just feel like the cycle continues. If hurt people.
Well, I don't hurt people. And
You
I
don't know that,
I
though.
do try to trust
You don't
people.
know
I
it-
do give people the benefit of the doubt
You don't know if you hurting people.
by not trusting them.
That's it. That is hurtful.
Okay, well, stop
That's hurtful.
being-
And if people aren't coming to you saying anything, then you don't know that. But you can't definitively say you're not hurting people.
Well, you know my character. I don't hurt people.
You're
I
not
help
doing
people.
it on
I help
purpose.
People. I don't hurt people.
You're not doing it on
People
purpose.
hurt me and I don't even hurt them back. But I'm working on that. I know that I have trust issues and
Y'all
I really
see how
didn't
the tables
realize I
turn.
had
Y'all
that.
see how the tables turn.
I trust you,
One
Jada.
switch of a topic and the tables
I trust
turn.
you. I trust you. I trust you.
No, I know. I was just playing, but I mean, initially when she said that, I was like, wait a minute, what? But I totally get it because I know the background of where she's coming from, so I did not take it personally, but I just thought we could play the tape back on that. But when we're talking about relationships, though, I do just feel like we have
Hey,
to
Salon.
we have to be able to trust. Now, is it difficult when the trust is broken? Absolutely it is. But how do you come back from that?
And what I mean by that, and not saying that I don't like even in a situation that I would say that I wouldn't trust you, or like if I don't just trust people, I'm not talking about in relationships. I'm just saying, period. When people say, a lot of people say, if you need me, I got you. If you need something from me, let me know, I got you. And then when I come to you and then you don't got me, then that breaks my trust. So I'm not talking about like just relationships. I'm talking about that trust like that. So 100%, because when people say that, don't say it unless you mean it or you're going to actually do that. Because if you have no intentions on doing it, like you and I were talking yesterday or Friday about someone who told you that, you guys discussed that you were going to do something and then you contacted them and reached out to them and then they didn't mention it. And it was just like, so now I don't trust you because you told me that you were going to be there for me when I needed you. And when I needed you, you wasn't there. So that's the trust factor that I'm talking about, that I have a lot of people who say that they will do things or they're going to be there for you or they're They gonna, help you out. And then because first of all, I'm a person that like to do stuff myself anyway. But if I actually need you, when you offered your time to me, and then you're not there for
I
me,
think that
I can't trust you on that no more.
that's definitely a layer of it. I think and probably put something on top of that. We could probably put something underneath that. We could
Right.
sandwich that in between other
Yes, man.
examples.
Yes.
So Ramanda saying that she agrees with Erica. I totally understand what Erica is saying as well. But like I said, we do have some wounded people out here that are finding it difficult to trust. So I found an article because as we talk about the 5 things that a relationship should have, we kind of get stuck on this trust thing, but we do have some other ones that we want to talk about. We want to talk about the respect. We want to talk about the open communication. And we also do want to talk about the effort and compromise because, oh my gosh, compromise is huge. Compromise is huge. Now, Erica coming back saying you definitely can't trust everyone. Come on, Erica, now. Come on, Erica.
I trust Jayla.
So, but I believe compromise is so big. You have to be willing to bend a little bit. You can't be so rigid in who you are and what you do and what you don't do. And
But there's a lot of people out there that pride on, well, I've been like this all my life. Well, you ain't
that
been
doesn't
right
make
all
it
your
right.
life.
Exactly.
So it's just like people have to be willing to compromise, to keep the peace, to make things work.
Yes, absolutely.
But how do we get people to flip the script?
And that's the hard part. I feel like my opinion on it is that as we get chatty about this, what I think is it's not so much as serious as it is important, right? This is an important topic because we are all out here dealing with relationships, but I think you really have to want that person in your life. You have to really truly value that person to want to compromise who you are and what you believe is right to be with that person. Now, I'm not saying if they trying to rob the bank and that's not what you believe in and that's not what you want to do, I'm not saying, okay, baby, I'll compromise. We can just rob one bank, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go against what you know is right. But if, let's just talk in general relationship terms. So you like staying in, he likes going out. We got to compromise.
Absolutely.
We have to compromise on that.
Absolutely.
You can't just always make somebody stay in the house when they a social butterfly.
Exactly.
And you knew they were a social butterfly. That's what kills me about a lot of relationships like this. You probably met this person at a party or a club or out somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that happened to be one of the days out of 365 that you decided to go outside, right? So you meet this person out, you know that they are an going out type of person. Then we get in a relationship and now you want to stifle who they are. And you want to say, I don't like going out. I like staying in the house. Well, you met me out.
Right.
I like going out.
Right.
When I'm out, I'm not doing anything that that could be considered wrong. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time, and I make it back home. So my version of going out is not anything that's harming anyone necessarily. So what's wrong with it? Why can't we do it?
And going out doesn't always have to be the club.
No,
it
it
can
does
be
not.
anywhere, just going out the house and not just sitting watching TV all day. I don't even watch TV.
Mhm.
And for me, just being outside, like I'm a outside person. I like being outside. I like the water. I like the beach. I like being around people. And to want me to just sit in the house. I mean, granted, if we have a relationship and we just having fun while we're in the house, let's just say we playing games. Let's just say, shoot, we could be watching Wheel of Fortune and playing the puzzles or Price is Right. Well, I'm not Price is Right, Family Feud, whatever. But we could be doing that. That's fun too. But sometimes, like you said, if the person is a social butterfly and you like to be inside, sometimes you guys have to compromise, and you can compromise to doing something fun. I mean, do people still go to the movies? I don't know. That's
I
not
don't
really
know.
fun to me.
Yeah,
I fall asleep in the movies
I do
now. The
too.
last couple times
The
I
most
went, but
expensive nap I could ever take is going to the movies.
and then wasting your money because they got them recliner chairs now.
Yeah.
So it's like you lay it back, and next thing you know, you wake up like, God dog it. And you can't rewind it.
No, can't rewind at the movie theater. So before we end this, we don't necessarily end the conversation because it always continues. But we did want to share an article. The title of the article is "The Advice Everyone in a New Relationship Absolutely Needs to Hear." However, I don't think it's I don't think it should just pertain to new relationships. So
One.
keep the past in the past.
So that means if you shared your past with the person, or if something happened in the past with that person, then don't like bring it back up in their face later.
Or even if whatever has happened in the past, you have to keep it there and move on.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
even if it's your past,
That's that trust, because you're not gonna get to know nothing
yeah.
else, because now
Even
you
if
gonna
it's
throw it in my
your
face.
past, you have to keep it there, right? We can't keep living in the past.
Right.
Number 2, don't make comparisons.
Ugh.
Mm,
I hate that.
yeah.
None of my other people was like you, or you was just like her, or
Yeah.
or
I think
he
that's
was just like,
that's
yeah.
a rabbit hole you do not want to go down. You should never compare the person that you are currently with, or whomever you're dealing with, to somebody else, because
Yeah, because
we are all
there's no one
individuals.
like me. No one ever.
We are all individuals, and we are all our own person. So we have to, and if you're not viewing them as that, then that's probably mistake number 1.
Let me take this one.
Uh-huh.
Look at actions more than your words.
And we kind of talked about this a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
because I thought that Marshawn was listening more to words than looking at actions, but she says that she does look at actions more than words.
I do absolutely do. I may not speak on them, but I do look at actions more than words.
What
And
you are doing, is much more relevant than what you are saying.
right.
So
I love you. I love you looking like that. What? Or I feel good about doing this. And
yeah.
no, it's actions. And even
And what you do, you can tell someone you love them, but still be doing things to hurt them.
absolutely.
So don't just tell me you love me, show me that you love me.
I'm
through
from
your
Missouri.
actions.
The show me stage. Show me better than you can tell me. And that's just how it is. Because people can say, and like I said, that's what the trust thing, because people
Yeah.
say what they think you want to hear.
Very true.
Don't gaslight me. Tell me what it is. If it's bad, kill me with it. Shoot me with it. Stab me with it. But I hate that I sound so violent.
It's just very aggressive right now.
It's so bad, because we should be
Very aggressive.
Yeah, but I have history right now. But seriously, if you telling me something because you think that I want to hear it, that's more damage, because that's not your true feelings. And then
Yeah.
you're showing me something else, but you're telling me this.
And that gets confusing.
Yes, that's why I don't trust you now.
Well, I mean, they all tie in. They all tie in.
They do.
Be vulnerable even if you are afraid.
And what you afraid of?
People are afraid of a lot of things. That was a part of what we were
I
what
know,
we were
but
doing
I'm
yesterday,
just saying,
right?
that's why I'm speaking. What you afraid of? Why
Yeah.
why you can't be vulnerable?
People are afraid of a lot of different things, and I get that, but I'm not saying it's okay. But I get that people are afraid,
right? Because you right, because you were on that side, and it's just like no, just like we grown, and it's okay to be vulnerable.
It is
We're
okay.
human.
And if
And
you
we
trust that person, You will be vulnerable with them. You will let them
It shouldn't
see
even
the
be
softer
trust.
side. I mean, yeah, it has to be trust because if I now come on, if I don't trust you, I'm not going to be vulnerable with you.
I'm gonna be Marshawn 365 days a week.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm going to always be me. But I mean, there's layers to this. So you
Nobody
might
wanted
get
to,
the top layer, but you're not getting to the center.
we don't have much more time, but nobody wanted to call in 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. The next one, because we're gonna pass that one up. Don't give up time with family and friends.
So when you get in these relationships and you completely alter your life for a person, that's not healthy either. So what this bit of advice is offering is that you still hang out with your family and friends. Don't you know how some it used to be the an ongoing joke amongst us women like, oh, she got a boo now, we ain't gonna see her,
Right,
right?
right.
Because it's like people just forget everybody that's around them when they meet somebody new. So, but you have to let them know what's important to you. And if your family and friends are important to you, as they should be, then you have to show them that you're willing to spend time with them. And
But that's where compromise comes in because sometimes if you compromise, if you and your boo are friends and you guys have a good relationship, sometimes you can bring them with your family and your
absolutely,
friends and they can go with you can go with their family and friends.
I agree with that.
But if you're, not willing to make that compromise and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be with my sister them and I'm be with my cousin them and I'll see you when I
Yeah,
get back, that will make the other person have resentment issues because it's like, so why you can't be around me, why I
yeah,
can't go, or but yeah, when you should not give up your time with your family and friends just to be in a relationship.
yeah. Don't embellish the truth or brag about things. We gonna circle back to that one next week because we kind of talked about it last week, but I do want to spend a little bit more time on that because I think that people like to impress. People like to impress, but they don't go about it the right way. Yeah. So we have a few more minutes left. Thank you so much. You all have been really hanging in there with us tonight. And so we like to end the show with great quotes for the week. Some things that we feel like we each choose a quote and we want to share it with you. And whatever resonates with you, you kind of hold on to it for the week and kind of live by it, right? So my quote for this week is sometimes when you think things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place.
I like that. I've posted that on my page a few times, and it really
It makes
you it
sense.
makes a lot of sense when you think, because you don't know what God's plan is. You
Exactly.
don't know what God is trying to do, and when you feel like your life is turned upside down and everything is falling apart, that could be just His plan to put everything into place for you. And I know that was your quote, but I was just saying how
But
that
no, I
related to
mean
me.
it does make a lot of sense. And I think that sometimes we just have to stop and think about that because we do get caught up in the drama of it all. We get caught up
I do.
in the mess. We
Absolutely.
get stuck in the mess and we don't stop to think about this could be something that is actually beneficial, right? This could be blessing me. We look at it as messing, but it could be a blessing. So
But
that
most of the
was my
time, I
quote
know
for the
for me,
week.
I'm not gonna see it till afterwards. Like, oh, that's why that happened that way. Because now I see why I had to go through that to get to this. So, go to my quote. Yesterday is ashes. Tomorrow is wood. Only on today does the fire burn brightly. So enjoy the flame. So just
Mm,
envision that. So the flame is burning now, right? Tomorrow it's gonna be what? Ashes.
mhm.
No, yesterday.
Well, I get what,
Flipping it right.
yeah, right.
After
It
it burns, it's
flips.
gonna be
Yeah,
ashes. And then the wood is going to be tomorrow.
yeah.
Right? So right now, enjoy the flame while it's burning.
Mhm.
That energy, that light, that life.
I like that one.
Yes.
I'll be
Sorry, I
honest.
be so deep.
I know, because I don't think I thought about it properly. I don't think I dug deep enough when I first heard it or read it. But in listening to it right now, I get it.
Enjoy it now, because tomorrow it's gonna be ashes, and yesterday it was wood. I got it now.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was wood.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's gonna be ashes. Right now that fire is burning.
And
So
if you think
enjoy it.
about it even deeper, it's three different things.
Right.
It's three different states. So every day brings something new.
Absolutely.
Every day brings something new. So hopefully we have said something or done something or been silly enough to at least make you laugh today. But to make you think, to make you look forward to a new week. And as we do come up on this holiday season, we are going to be just kind of paying attention to some of the more serious aspects of the holidays, but always keeping it light and funny with you all because that's what life is about. So, at this time, we want to thank you for joining us today on Let's Get Chatty with Jada and Marshawn on Intellectual Radio. Join us each Sunday live at 5. And be sure to catch the replay on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, our radio.
IntellectualRadio.com.
Be sure to follow us on our social media platforms. Motivator extraordinaire from Marshawn, Jada Tennille James, for me.
Super Fit Queen, Shonda Coach, all that.
Don't forget to subscribe to Intellectual Radio on YouTube. Thank you
guys
all
for tuning in. See you guys next Sunday.
Live at 5. See ya.
I think you are the one for me. Here's where you ought to be. Here's where you ought to be. I just want to satisfy you, 'cause you're not mine.